Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Black YouTube Unlocked. Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 12, Episode 2. Negroes is acting up, okay? Ugly, bad body built, four-eyed, short, below average looking Negroes is acting up, okay? But we gonna get to it. So anyway, the episode opens with Candy, Porsha, and Cynthia meeting up. And they're meeting up with Porsha to just, fill her out, see what's going on with her life, with everything that's happening, in the blogs regarding her relationship. Basically, she let the girls know, you know what? Yes, there is trouble in paradise. Then Porsha starts to talk about how she's losing herself. Candy is like, you know what? You don't look like yourself. You don't get all jazzed up like you usually do and everything like that. And Portia's like, you know what? I haven't really felt like myself. This is not me. Wearing flats and doing all of this, it's not me. And this happens to women. When our heart is broken and we are depressed and we're confused and we don't know which way to go, we start to lose ourselves. And I feel like Porsha is in that phase, but it's something that you can't avoid. You can't get around it. You have to go through the depression, the heartbreak. You have to go through being antisocial. You have to go through gaining a little weight, losing a little weight. You got to go through looking a little frumpy. You know what I'm saying? So, and when your significant other betrays you, it makes you more self-conscious about yourself, because you're trying to figure out why. And more often than not, women always look at themselves like, maybe I should have did this or maybe I should have did that, and we start to chip away at our confidence. So she just going through the motions. So anyway, Cynthia is being the bone carrier that she is, and she's on the phone with Eva. And it's funny because Eva is pregnant and she's covering Porsha for her, maternal leave or whatever. And basically Porsha keeps extending her, comeback time because of what she's going through. And so while Cynthia is on the phone with Eva, she lets Eva know that Porsha told Kenya what Eva said about the bad energy and not wanting to bring her kids around, Kenya. So then Candy and Marlo meet up. And this was a very touching scene because we find out that Marlo has to take in her nephews because her sister is bipolar, schizophrenic, and she was taken to the mental hospital. And, I was really taken aback because, Marlo is one of those people that you just feel like, they just don't have no family. You just don't know where this whole came from. She just have that demeanor about her like, bitch, somebody put her in the manger and sent her up the Nile River, bitch. That's the type of, tease that that Marlo gives. So to know that she has siblings and things of that nature, and to know that she's taking them in and she's an auntie, it was a different side of Marlo. So Marlo, this might be what you need to do for you to actually get a peach, baby, because we see in a very vulnerable, soft side of you, and I must say it's very becoming. And I will say that her nephews were so well spoken, well mannered, and I love the dreads and everything like that. So I'm very interested in seeing Marlo go through this journey of caring for kids. Girl, Kenya and Mark Daly. So Kenya and Mark really have like a business relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they just married, but there's no connection, there's no love, there's no affection. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was very weird to hear her say, so when are we going to see you again? Like, that's a very weird question to ask your husband. And I didn't know that Mark had other children, so that was very interesting to know too. But Mark doesn't seem that interested in being home. Like, he doesn't give off the energy that he's like rushing to get home. He seems very comfortable with the Skyping to see his daughter and deucing it out. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I can see why they will be getting a divorce later on down the road. So then you have Cynthia and her daughter. What's her daughter's name? Noelle. And Cynthia is asking her about college and, boys. And here comes the gay agenda. You know what I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. So Noelle is interested in girls as well as boys, and Cynthia is taken aback, just like I was taken aback, because it just came out of nowhere. But I mean, whatever. So she's bisexual, or she's fluid. She doesn't have a title. She's just human. And those people who are just like, I'm just human, and I just want to have a connection with another human. I don't care what the gender is, and all this type of foolishness. So her daughter is bisexual, lesbian, whatever, and Cynthia is open to it, and she just wants her to be happy. So it is what it is. This last scene was so emotional for me. Okay, so basically Porsha slept with Dennis, okay? Which I agree was a bad move, okay? When you are trying to prove a point and you renege on that point and you fall into, bed with somebody that has betrayed you, it's not getting the point across, okay? And niggas, they do effed up ish, and as soon as you lay down with them because you have a weak moment, now they think everything is good. And so that's what happened with Porsha. She was telling Shamia that she slept with Dennis, and he's just acting like everything is good, like he's just off to work giving kisses to the baby and the mama, like he didn't do what he did. So anyway, he asks her to go to therapy. She goes to therapy, and she finds out that Dennis cheated on her while she was pregnant. And that has to be one of the most disgusting things that a man can do. When a woman is carrying your child, when a woman is birthing and growing your child inside of her, and you don't even have the decency to not stick your thing in anything. Shout out to Love and Basketball. It says a lot about a man when he does something like that. When your woman is at her most vulnerable, at her most sensitive, her most delicate, for you to even find another woman interesting, it's just beyond me. I don't think men understand the gravity of a woman being pregnant. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the closest thing to death. It's a 50-50 chance that your woman is going to come out of that operation room. Like, I don't think that men understand this. And so, of course, it was devastating to Porsha. She ran out, and then, she went home and she had this conversation with her sister. And watching her sister try to convince her to be open to taking Dennis back because of what she's going through as a single mother, it was so heart-wrenching, because as a chick with sisters, you just know that it's love, because sometimes you have the mindset like, I don't care if my life is effed up. I don't care if I'm being dogged out. I don't want you to go through that. I don't want you to experience that. And when people would try to sway you away from living a life that they are living, that says a lot. That's love. And it was just so hard to watch both of them cry, and Porsha cry, and Porsha's like, it's unforgivable. And I don't know. I've never been cheated on. Like, I never knew. I'm one of those women. I don't live in a fantasy world. So what I always say is I never knew. Okay, but you never know what's going on when you're not around your spouse. But I never been in a situation where I was confronted with adultery or whatever. But I don't know if I could forgive that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm such a loyal person. It would be like it would take years. It would take years. Um, it's sad. So I just want to ask you guys, how do you feel about her sister trying to convince her to forgive her baby daddy? We'll talk in the comment section. See you guys in my next video. Deuces.